This is the time that a lot of people actually long for on the Oweleke TV, and it's the time for review. When we talk about review, we're actually talking about things happening in Nigeria and outside the shores of this country that needs to be talked about. Things that are very important to the people, to the society, to you and I. Today we want to talk about something happening from the educational system. Are you a graduate? Graduate of what? What's your qualification? BSc, NCE, HND, ND, or diploma? Whichever it is, national diploma and diploma. These are two different qualifications. All right, my name is Ramsey Enoch, and today we want to talk about something very important, and that's about the fact that NYSC may be happening very soon for NCE graduates. Do you care to know about that? This has been one thing that has actually caused some form of disparity, some form of, I don't know, should I call it, I want to use this word, but I want to select my words very carefully because some persons may feel bad. You know, sometimes some people will tell you, I'm a graduate of the university. Some person will tell you, I graduated from the Polytechnic. Then some persons will start telling you, hey, come, discrimination between the BSc holders, the HND holders, the NCE holders, and all of that. We want to talk about this morning. How would it feel like if there is some form of NYC, okay, for NCE holders? Beautiful. All right, joining me on the conversation today, I have a guest. He's been with me on review a couple of times, and he's here today to add his voice to the conversation. I'm talking about Michael Ekene. Good day, Michael.
Good morning.
It's good to have you right here today.
It's good to be here.
All right, let me ask, how does it feel like being a graduate generally?
Awesome, because especially when you are a graduate of a federal university, because
that's the disparity I'm talking about.
Yeah,
especially when you are a graduate of federal university.
You cannot be equated with someone from a state university because of course, the disparity is this way. The credibility that federal universities carries. For instance, you hear of graduates from University of Nigeria, Nsukka, it's a federal. Obafemi Awolowo University, the University of Abuja, there are universities that are there, and some are here and some are. So the cadres, the distinctions are very, very obvious.
They are obvious. All right, then let's talk about this. Some persons feel graduates coming from abroad are more intelligent. Graduates coming from abroad are more acceptable and all of that. And when you see graduates coming from abroad, okay, and you have an NCE, you have NCE, okay, there is this feeling that comes in there. I'm not even talking about graduates from Nigeria yet, like you've talked about it. Okay, people, there is this high show that people have when they are graduates of federal university. Then you come to talk about state university. Then you come to talk about NCE. Then you talk about the Polytechnic. These people have their areas of importance.
Absolutely.
But then there is something that makes the people who graduate from the university feel more important. Something makes them feel more important, and that is the NYSC,
National Youth
Service Corps. Now, how would it feel like if NCE holders also go for youth service, like it is in Nairametrics.com this morning? On we saw it on one of the papers. Is on the internet. How do you feel about it? NYC for NCE graduates. How does it sound for you?
Well, it's very incredible. It's fantastic thing because, well, it also kudos to the federal government working in line with the Ministry of Youth Development on launching a new scheme that is equivalent to the NYSC for the Nigerian certificate in education holders, as NCE holders. Not necessarily that they have to go for compulsory 1 year service, but they'll have a training scheme that is almost equivalent to the same skill acquisition training that the university graduates get after graduation. Talking about the relevance of Boy Scout, Boys Brigade, the integration of training, and then other citizenship training that makes you a holistic patriotic Nigerian. It's very credible and very, very commendable. So I think NCE holders should start off rejoicing. They won't be receiving alawi like this. So they are. We won't talk about what the federal government has launched for them. Is a training scheme that is as equivalent as NYSC.
Apart from you talk about allowance now, the alawi that core members receive. The skills, don't you think the government might put up something like maybe financing the skills that these NCE holders, NCE graduates will be learning? Don't you think that is even more important than the alawi they pay the core members? Meaning,
absolutely.
after NCE now, like university graduates, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting for NYSC. I have not been mobilized. And you know that feeling.
Yeah.
And the NCE graduates also having same form of feelings. So what do you think? We have side for graduates and during NYSC. That is where they come to teach them some skills, put them through some one or two things.
Absolutely.
Now, what do you think is important? Because the reason I'm asking this question is because there was a time that there was an agitation that NYSC should be voluntary.
Not mandatory.
Not mandatory anymore.
Okay.
Do you feel this NYSC kind of acquisition for NCE graduates should be mandatory or it should be voluntary?
I think when we want to buttress the expedience or the relevance of that slide you mentioned for university graduates, it's very, very, it's like this. It's something that you can't overemphasize because it helps you to get that vocational skills and psychomotor skill which is a prerequisite skill for you to get employed in the nation right now. Remember, having a certificate is not an automatic ticket to employment. You must have prerequisite employable skills for you to even get employed. So for NCE holders, that's a good thing on their end because they will now feel like, after I'm done with my NCE program, I can now do the same thing, the same skin of training that NYSC holders is to make them start rubbing shoulders with them. Remember, if you want to buttress the importance of the National Youth Service Corps, remember that those international students comes in and integrates with those that are here in Nigeria. So it helps you to integrate with those also abroad. You get to learn about the things they've learned there, their school. It also helps you to associate with different minds, helps you to get skills, like you mentioned, Said, and other prerequisite skills that are relevant. Remember, those are the domains of knowledge. Cognitive knowledge right now in the whole world is not what anybody needs to actually survive.
All right. Okay. But what they need is the
very expedient psychomotor
experience.
Yeah, which is
the external training.
Yeah, which is what the federal government has introduced for the NCE holders.
For the NCE,
right now, saying,
and that's going to be more like NYC.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be so.
They should be rejoicing.
I think it's a good one for graduates of the education. Those of you in colleges of education, federal colleges of education, I think this is a good one. You will have your own form of NYC, all right, National Youth Service Corps. But then yours may be given a different name. Well, it is still in the pipeline. Let's see how this is going to come up because this is coming from the Ministry of Youth Development as they are trying to develop a new training program similar to that of the National Youth Service Corps, NYC. So it's a good one. Now, NYSC for NCE graduates. Very, very good. I think I will be saying congratulations to the NCE graduates even before it gets started. Well, thank you very much, Michael, for adding your voice to the conversation this morning. And this is going to be the size of review for this morning. Are you a student of a College of Education, Federal College of Education? Are you doing NCE? Have you graduated? Are you not taking your studies very seriously? Are you feeling like there is some form of discrimination or disparity between the BSc, the HND, and of course the NCE? I want you to know that NCE is very, very, very important. It's one big certificate that if you don't get, you won't get into some form of position if you want to impact knowledge and step down whatever it is to build a nation. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and we will come on your way again same time, same station tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.